Welcome back, friends. In today's session, we are going to continue with our discussion in our topic of transportation. If you need these notes, you can visit Kipaji app, and from there you can afford these in a very low cost. And today we are going to discuss, or we are going to solve some few solved examples or study questions from the previous NECTA exams, which in the part of solid and water potential, which we have discussed in the previous two sessions. So we will start with the question of NECTA, that means the National Exam, Advanced Certificate of Secondary Education Examination 2010, question number 8. Question number 1, this question number 8A, it was asking what is meant by the term water potential. What is meant by the term water potential? And I know for every one of you, you know water potential, and if you don't know it, just refer the notes. But for the case of question number 2, the diagram below shows two adjacent cells, plant cell A and B. The values of their pressure potential and solid potential are given in kilopascals. So we have the two plant cells are below here. As you can see, you have the plant cell A and the plant cell B. This one has a solid potential of this one and pressure potential of this one, while the other one has solid potential of this one and pressure potential of this one. Now, by looking at the solid potential, this one had the higher solute potential. Solute potential is negatively expressed. So the solute potential, if it is more negative, that means concentration of solute is higher as compared with this one. Now, first question in which direction will water flow when the two cells are in contact with one another? In which direction will the water flow? And question number 2, what happens to the cytoplasm in both cells if plasmolysis occur in both of them? What happens to the cytoplasm of both cells if plasmolysis occur in both of them? Now, before judging that which one will be the movement of water, or what is the correct movement of water, or water will move from what side to what side in these two cells, what we need to know first is that movement of water is affected by water. Movement of water is affected by water potential. Movement of water is not affected by solute potential or pressure potential. So what we need to do first is to calculate water potential, which is equal to solute potential plus pressure potential. So let's calculate the water potential for every one of these two cells. For cell A, water potential will be equal to solute potential, which is negative 2,500 plus positive. So by calculating this, you'll get for cell A, you'll get a water potential of cell A is equal to negative 1,400 kilopascals. This is the water potential of cell A. But for cell B, again, we are adding this one and this one. So you get solute potential plus pressure potential. Pressure potential is equal to potential B. Then potential of B will be equal to the solute potential is negative 2,000 and plus pressure potential, which is 4,000. So you get negative 2,000 kilopascals. Now you see, by this value, this one has a lower solute potential as compared with this one. I mean lower water potential as compared with this one. So by the concentration of solute only, this one has a higher concentration of solute at this compared to this one. But if you calculate water potential, this one has a higher water potential, which is this one as compared to this one. So water will move from A to B. So Anyway, I did a mistake in calculating the pressure potential. Instead of writing 400, I wrote instead of writing 400, I wrote 4,000, and this was a big mistake because here water potential could be positive 2,000. This is the big mistake. So it was negative 2,000, then plus 400, so you get negative 160 kilopascal. I mean negative 1,600 kilopascal. If you compare this one and this one, again this one will be higher as compared to this one. So the final comment is that therefore water will flow from A of higher water potential to B, which has a lower water potential. But the second question about what will happen to the cell if plasmolysis will occur? When the cells are plasmolized, water is lost from cytoplasm and the vacuole. The protoplast surrounded by the cell wall will shrink and eventually detaches from the cell wall. So regardless of the water potential, plasmolysis does the same in all cells. Now question two is of explanation nature, or the question regarding reasoning and requires your understanding. For nowadays examination format, question 2 is very important because nowadays they want to ask the competent based questions, but not the questions regarding things which are very easy or calculations which everyone knows. So you found some of the questions even in physics exams, you are not given any calculations, but you are required to explain different contents because of the nature of the exams. They are competent based exams, so it is very important for you to know in detail what we are discussing. Question A: what occupies the space between the wall and the shrunken protoplast in the plasmolized cell? What occupies it? And then the second question: what is the pressure potential of the flaccid cell? What is the pressure potential? And question C: which organism apart from plants possess cell walls? These are just easier, and they are coming from the biological science book, but sometimes you can meet with questions like these which have very easy answers, but you don't know the answers because you never pass through them. Now in question A, the space is occupied by the external solution. Remember that the cell wall is freely permeable to the solution. So in a case the cell has undergone plasmolysis, so the cell wall is free to allow the passage of the external solution. From there, in question B, that the protoplast is not exerting pressure against the cell wall. In the flaccid cell, protoplast does not exert the pressure in the cell wall, so there is the zero pressure potential. But in the tagged cell, there will be a value of pressure potential, while in the plasmolized cell, that means the pressure potential will be negative. In C, other organisms which possess cell wall, out of the plants, we have prokaryotes, we have fungi, and some prototists such as algae. These organisms also are protected against bursting in solution with a higher water potential. They are protected against bursting in a solution with a higher water potential. Now we have the question 3. And it is from the biological science book. It is somewhat technical question, but it's not so much away from the question number 1. We are told to study the figure below and answer the question which follow. In cell A, we have negative 102,000 kilopascal, and this is negative 800 kilopascal water potential. The pressure potential this one, and the pressure potential is this one. Here the pressure potential is this one, and here this is pressure potential, this is a solid potential. Pressure potential, solid potential. Pressure and solid potential of these two different cells. Now let's move to questions regarding the previous diagram. Question A: which cell has a higher water potential? Which cell has a higher water potential? And as we said that in water potential, we are not looking at the values as we are not looking at the numbers as 800 and 1000. We are looking at the value. It is whether positive or negative. The more or the less negative, the less negative in the water potential, the higher the tendency of water to move from that side. And question B, in which direction will water move by osmosis? In which direction will water move by osmosis? And question C, at equilibrium, the two cells will have the same water potential. Which will be the average of two? Which will be the average of two, namely negative 1000 kilopascal. Assuming that the solid potential does not change significantly, what will be pressure potential at equilibrium in cell A and B? So for the question A, cell B has a higher water potential or less negative water potential as compared to cell A, because cell A has a more negative water potential. And from question B, cell B to cell A, water will move from the region of higher water potential to lower water potential. For the case C, that we are assuming the equilibrium water potential is 1000 kilopascal. 1000 kilopascal. So if the equilibrium water potential is 1000 kilopascal, then we are finding for the pressure potential of the two cells. How will it be? What will be the pressure potential of two cells? Now, given the solid potential, which is for cell A is 2000 kilopascal, so taking one negative 1000 minus the negative 200 kilopascal, we are putting negative because of the solid potential is always negative. We get positive 1000 kilopascal, which is pressure potential, and is another still we will get the pressure potential of 400 kilopascal or 400 kilopascal. This is how the calculation regarding the pressure potential in this question is over. From there we have the question number 4, which is from Nectar 2016. It is the Nectar question from Nectar 2016. So the question states that the figure below, which solution has A, a higher concentration of water molecules, B, the higher concentration of solid molecule, C, the higher water potential, D, the more negative solid potential, and E, which of the following two values of water potential is higher, this one and this one. So this is just the explanation question and requires your competence based. Now this is our diagram representing the solution, which I have read the questions, and as you can see here we have the key solid molecules and water molecules. Solid molecule, they are in triangle, and if you roughly count the number, you can realize that the solid molecule, they are like 10 in the solution B, and in solution A they are 4. So the water molecules in solution B, they are few, but in solution A they are many. That means solution A will have higher water potentials compared to B. Then in equation A, solution A has a higher concentration of water molecules. Water molecules, they are seen as many in solution A, so it will have a higher concentration of water molecule. And in terms of solid potential or solid molecule concentration, solution B will have a higher concentration of solid molecules. Then solution C, in equation C, solution A has a higher water potential as compared to solution B. And in a D, solution B has more negative solid potential. Solution B has more negative solid potential. Among negative 1000 and negative 2000 kilopascal water potential, negative 1000 is higher in value as compared with the negative 2000 kilopascals in the value. And in question number 5, if the solid potential of a beetroot cell is negative 1400 kilopascal, and the water potential is this one, what is the mean pressure potential, meaning pressure potential. I know we know about the formula. Water potential is equal to solid potential. You make subjective pressure potential, then you minus, you get the answer. This marks the end of our session regarding the solved examples in this part. In the next session, we'll be discussing about the biological importance of water in plants. Biological importance of water. Not only in plants, we discuss in plants, then in animals, then we will discuss in all living organisms. I know we have studied this in biochemistry, but no problem if we repeat again for those who didn't study biochemistry. And after that session, we will start discussing about the simple plant tissues. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to share the link of this video to your fellow students. Later, I wish you nice studies. Thank you.